everyone, it's Anya from Cooking with Plants and welcome to my kitchen. I'm just doing a little bit of meal prep and I always get people asking me how they can add extra protein to their meals. So this is a great thing that you can make for yourself to have with your lunch, your dinner, slice it up and have it on sandwiches. These are really versatile and fantastic for plant-based meal prep. So what I'm doing is I've chopped up an onion, which is in this pan right now. And I'm not cooking with oil, so I'm just getting this pan quite hot. And then I'm just going to add splashes of water to this to stop it from sticking. Or if I had some vegetable broth, I could also use that. But I'm just going to use some splashes of water. But to start with, I'm just getting this to brown up a little bit. And before I add any extra liquid, what I'm actually going to do is add some mushrooms. So the mushrooms will actually release some liquid anyway. So I may not even need to add any extra liquid to this. Okay, so I've added in a good couple of handfuls of mushrooms. And you can use any veggies here that you like. It's a great way to use up what you have in the fridge. Okay, while this is cooking, I'm actually going to add some of my spices to this. I'm adding in chili and some garlic granules. Use garlic powder. Actually, I've also got some fresh garlic, but I won't put that in just yet. I'll just let the onions cook a little bit longer so the garlic doesn't burn. I've got some ground coriander, some paprika, which I love using. I love using paprika because it actually adds iron into your diet. Some turmeric. That's probably a little bit more than I wanted. Some coriander leaves. Some white pepper. And then I'm just going to give this a stir through. Oh, that smells so yummy. So this mixture already would be fantastic to have on top of mashed potatoes or to fill some mushrooms. You could add it to the top of a soup. There's just so many ways that you can use this delicious mixture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more vegetables. About a couple of handfuls of sliced up cabbage. The cabbage will break down anyway. And feel free to use whatever you have on hand. If you have kale or spinach, peas would be great. Peas would add extra protein to this again. Oh, that's smelling so good. Those spices, divine. I'm just going to add a small splash of water. Oh, delicious. Okay, so I'm also going to add in that garlic. Stir that through. And then I have just turned this down to low. And now I'm going to mix some chickpea flour with water and some spices. So the chickpea flour is going to give you nice protein with this meal, and the protein will fill you up as well. So if you find that you overeat or you feel hungry all the time, especially eating a plant-based diet, because a lot of the vegetables are very low in calories, then you will find that things like chickpeas and all your legumes really, tofu, those sorts of things are really going to fill you up. So that is going to be the protein base of this dish. So I'm just going to add about 2 cups worth into there. And then I'm just going to add some spices to this. So pretty similar to what I added into here. You don't have to double up. You could just put it in one or the other. I like to have loads of flavour. Chili flakes. And some paprika. White pepper. I absolutely love white pepper, but feel free to use regular pepper. And then I'm going to add some nutritional yeast flakes. These are great for your B vitamins. They add a nice umami flavour, really delicious. And I'm just going to give that a stir through. And I also just remembered I've got some hemp seeds here. So I'm just putting in a couple of tablespoons worth. I just like adding these into my meals because again it adds extra protein. Alright, and then just mix this through again. And then I'm going to add some water. And you want this like a thick batter consistency. So I don't really measure, I just start mixing and then see how it comes together. And if it's too runny, just add a little bit more chickpea flour. If it's too dry, then add some extra water. Just start slowly with the water and you can always add more. Okay, so that's nicely mixed up now. I'll just put this water away and I will just turn this up a little bit more. Get this onto the higher heat again. And if you're using bigger vegetables, just chop them down. So if you have stalks of broccoli and that type of thing, just make them small. The smaller the better in this recipe. Oh, this smells delicious. Alright. And then I'm just going to pour this into the pan. And then give it a good stir through. Make sure it's all really well combined. If you wanted to serve this over pasta, for example, you could just leave it as is and maybe add a little bit of plant milk or a little bit more water to make it a bit more runny. And then it's like a delicious cheesy sauce that you could have over pasta. It's really, really delicious. But I want this to thicken up and almost wanting it to go like a mashed potato consistency. I'm really wanting to cook this through because you don't want to have raw chickpea flour. So I can feel this is getting really thick and heavy. And this is where it's good to have a non-stick pan because you can have all those crispy bits that you can mix into this mixture. So I'm just going to turn this off now. And what I've got is a silicone baking tray for mini loaves of bread, but I'm going to use it to make mini loaves out of this. So what I'm going to do is start to spoon these into each of these sections, but you could do one big loaf if you wanted to. Totally up to you and what things you have in your kitchen. And then just start filling these up. These smell good. And to try to flatten these down, just wet your spoon a little bit. And then that will work perfectly. And then all I'm going to do is put these into the fridge for an hour or so, let them set, and then you can either bake them up or you can slice them up and serve them cold. You can put them on sandwiches, as I said before. These are really, really versatile and it's a great way to get in that protein, like I said, and a great way to use up your vegetables. So I hope that you like this recipe and give it a try, and I'd love to hear what variations you make out of this. And come on over to my Facebook group. I'd love to see you there and see your photos. Tag me on Instagram. Show me what you're making with this recipe. It's so quick and easy and it's really delicious. This serves about 2 people. So with a huge salad or a huge side of veggies, this is really, really filling. So I hope you enjoy this and I'll see you for the next recipe. Bye for now.